Here are 5 essential tips to improve your K-pop dancing in 2026. If you don't already know me, my name is Ivy. I've been dancing self-taught for about 8 years, and I coach people on how to improve their K-pop dancing and their K-pop auditions. A lot of people have asked me, how do I improve my dancing? How do I improve my dancing? So here you guys go. Here are 5 essential tips to improve your K-pop dancing and dancing in general. And if you don't already follow me on TikTok and Instagram, make sure you do that. The links will be right here. That way you get updates on new videos here over on YouTube, but also there on those platforms. Basics. Basics is what makes your dancing have a foundation. So, for instance, when you build a house, you have a foundation. So that foundation needs to be strong, or else when you build the rest of the house on top of it, it's not going to stand very well. The minute a tornado comes through, you're done. Your whole house, all your belongings are done. It's just like that with dancing. Imagine when you're building a house, you build your house on a piece of plywood. A piece of plywood, if you don't know what it is, it's kind of it's a piece of wood. It's a thin piece that you can kind of ply and maneuver. And so imagine you build an entire 2-story house on top of that. What do you think is going to happen when you start building the rest of the house? The foundation will crumble. And it's just like that with dance. If you don't have a strong foundation with your dancing, the rest of the skills that you try to build on top of it are going to crumble because you don't have a solid foundation. So one thing I would recommend is working on hip-hop dance basics, taking basic beginner classes, whether that's online or in person, and doing footwork basics, arms basics. The type of basics that are important are usually hip-hop basics. So I'll put a couple videos up there on the card that'll either be here or here that you can do because a lot of people love them. I do them myself, and it helps me build up my foundation so much more. The next thing we're going to talk about is alignment. Being able to place each part of your body in a straight line or in a proper line or create proper shapes while you're dancing. So I talk about this a lot when I do personal dance analysis because alignment is such a big issue for a lot of people, especially beginner dancers. So alignment is what makes your dancing look good, and a lot of people don't realize that. Dance is basically a series of shapes put with music. It doesn't even have to be with music, but dance is basically a series of shapes and patterns. But imagine if you are creating those shapes, but the shapes aren't connected. So imagine you have a triangle. You have a triangle, there's this, then there's this, and then there's the bottom base. But imagine that triangle's not connected. Does it make then a full triangle? No, because you're not creating a right shape, so it looks weird. Imagine you see a triangle that's not connected and somebody's like, well, that's a triangle. But it's not a triangle because it's not connected. It's the same thing with your dancing. Your shapes will be incorrect and your dancing will look bad if your shapes are incorrect or your patterns are incorrectly placed or timed. So when you're dancing, always make sure you're placing your limbs exactly where they go. Work on that alignment. A lot of people forget the alignment of their knees, the alignment of their hips, the alignment of especially their upper body and where they place their arms. I see alignment issues mostly in arm movements and dances. So really make sure you're working on that alignment and really placing each limb where it's supposed to go, because that is what changes your dancing. Align good shapes and bad shapes. Good shapes is what makes your dancing look good. Bad shapes is what makes your dancing look bad, because again, you're not creating clear or clean shapes. So if you're really wanting to improve your cleanliness and the clearness of your dancing as well, alignment is a big thing that you would need to work on. The next essential tip is recording yourself. Recording yourself is so insanely important, or dancing in front of a mirror. Now, a lot of people don't have full body mirrors in their house. I do. Mine's is right there. But a lot of people don't have that. So what I'd recommend is recording yourself. If you record yourself, you can see exactly what you're doing wrong in real time. And the same thing with a mirror. You see exactly what you're doing wrong in real time, and you're able to see those shapes and that alignment that's off when you can see yourself. The thing is, a lot of people think it's an either or situation. You either record yourself or you either dance in front of a mirror. But for me, it's a both thing. And I think good dancers, they record themselves and they dance in front of mirrors. Professional dancers are constantly in front of mirrors all day, every day, for hours on end, in front of mirrors, It forces them to look at their posture, their alignment, their legs, their feet. And that's usually for other dance styles like ballet, contemporary, and a little jazz, a little bit more technical styles. But K-pop dancing, hip-hop dancing itself, or commercial dance, being in front of a mirror and being able to see where you're placing each movement, your timing and everything is important, but it's also 10 times more important to also record yourself, because when you're turning around in the dance and you're not facing the mirror, you can't see what you look like because you're not looking in the mirror because you're faced a different way. So when you have those parts of dances where you're turning around or you're moving around and you can no longer see yourself in the mirror, it's important to be able to record yourself as well so that you can see those parts of the dance that are your blind spot. Now, along with recording yourself, the fourth essential tip is analyzing. And that goes into a lot about recording yourself and being in front of a mirror, is that you can analyze your dancing. So I do personal dance analysis. This is something that I do with my coaching. And personal dance analysis is basically you send me a couple of videos of your dance and I judge them and tell you how you can improve over the next 6 weeks. I used to do a lot of dance analysis. I have the Cherang. I say her name so weird. From ITZY. I have her dance analysis still up on my channel, so you can go watch that. But being able to analyze people's dancing, and especially your own dancing, is so important because it allows you to see your habits that you do, your dance style, whether you're a strong dancer or you dance soft, or you're big on different types of execution, you're big on contrast, you're big on certain things. So analyzing your dancing, if you record yourself and you go through the video, you slow it down and see every little thing that you're doing wrong and you write it down. This is actually something I do, and this is a quick tip. Maybe this will be 6 essential tips because there's one thing I do I'm going to show you guys. So one fun thing I do to improve my dancing is actually use a dance notebook. So I have my own dance journal, my own dance notebook, and whenever I'm analyzing my own dancing, I will write down everything I need to do to improve in there when I review the video, or when I'm learning a dance, whether that's a K-pop dance, jazz dance, ballet, whether I'm finishing a ballet class. I do that after I do ballet as well. When I'm done with ballet, I write down everything that I remember doing wrong in that class so that I can improve over and over. And a lot of the things, when I go back over the last month of classes that I've taken, I can go back and see what are my habits. What is something that I'm constantly writing down over and over again? What is something I'm constantly writing down across different styles and different genres of dance and different classes and different days that I'm constantly doing wrong? And then I can see the habits that I have so that I can then fix that. Write down what you notice while you're taking class or while you're learning your dance, whether that's I can't pick up the choreography, or my alignment is always off, or when the music starts, my timing is off, I'm too slow or going too quick, or I'm not able to read the music well, my musicality isn't great, my footwork isn't great. Figure out what your habits are, and that will help you improve, because you can see over and over and over again what you're doing wrong, and you can go in and write it down so that you don't forget it. And that's something I always do as well. It's really, really fun, and I also use that to choreograph too. When I'm just choreographing and writing down ideas, I do that as well. So it's actually something that's really fun, and for a lot of people can actually be bad for them because it kind of forces you to look at everything that you're bad at. But if you use it in a healthy way and also write down the positives, that's something I do a lot, is not only do I write down the things that I need to improve on in the areas of improvement, but I also write down what I did positively so that I'm reflecting on the bad things that happened in the class, or the things that I missed, or the things that I did not the best, but I'm also reflecting on the great things that I did so that I'm also praising myself. So that's a little tip. I guess this would be 6 essential tips, not 5, but that's my little tip for that. Analyzing is something that I can do. If you don't have a friend to look at your dancing as well, if you have a sister or a brother or your mom or your parents or your friends to look at your dancing, that would be great. so they can tell you what you can do to improve. My sisters do that. I do that with my sisters a lot of the time. They'll be like, oh, can you judge my dancing? Can you judge my dancing? So that's really fun if you have a friend to watch it for you. Also, if you have, maybe you can do it yourself if you have a dance teacher that can do it for you, but I can also do that for you if you book a personal dance analysis. You can go to my website and it'll say personal dance analysis and you can book it. Send me your videos, either Instagram DM or email it to me, and I will judge your dancing and tell you how you can improve over the next 6 weeks. So that's an option as well. If you're not best at analyzing yourself or you don't have somebody to do it for you, I can do it for you. The last essential tip is consistency. And a lot of people forget that this is important, that you have to be consistent to improve your dancing. So dance is something where you can't just cram. So I know a lot of people do this. It's like when they're studying, they decide one day they're going to allocate a bunch of time to just cram for 5 hours and get all the information into their brain. Things like that, cramming and being like, oh, one day I'm going to dance and dance all day or dance for hours. What happens is that the information doesn't stick because it's not muscle memory. 5 minutes every day, it's 50 minutes on one day, when it should be allocated across days, across the weeks, across the month. You should be dancing often, not dancing a lot less often. That's so much better than just doing 50-minute sessions once a week, because it's important to be consistent, because then you build up muscle memory. Your body can't actually retain that information because you're working on so much in one day rather than allocating it across little bits of time every single day or 30 minutes every single day. So try to be consistent rather than cramming everything into one day. That's all the essential tips that I have for you today, and let me know what dance you're working on. I'm working on this dance. It's like a jazz, heels, fun type dance. So yeah, that's what I'm working on at the moment. If you're working on a K-pop dance, let me know what that is. Let me know how it's going for you in the comments. That's really important to me. I want to know how things are working for you guys. That's all I have for you today. And make sure you drop this emoji so I know you're a real one and you stay to the end, because a lot of people don't be doing that. So comment this emoji if you made it to the end of the video. And I hope you all have an amazing day. I love you anywhere you're at, whoever you are, and I hope you have a great day. Bye bye.